Hi friends and welcome. This is Brickhouse Bones Foundations series, and this is the exercise video number 3, where we're going to begin to do a short circuit on upper and lower body strengthening appropriate for osteoporosis and osteopenia. Now by now you should have watched exercise video 1 and done it at least 4 times, exercise video 2 and done it at least 4 times. This is preparing you and building you up to this third video where we're going to add some weights. So you need some light weights to get started. Again, this is a beginner's series, so it can be anywhere from 1 to 5 pounds depending on your ability. I don't want you to be completely fatigued with what you do for the exercise, but I want you to feel like you're doing a little more work than you have been. So we're beginning to target strengthening. All right, welcome, thank you. If you haven't had a chance, check out the 2 bonus videos that were released. One covers how to move smarter and safer so that we have the best strategies for protecting ourselves from fracture. The other bonus video is a mobility video so that we have happy, healthy, pain-free joints that can move through normal range of motion and support us to do whatever it is we want to do. All right, so let's get on to our exercises today. You need a chair or a bench like I have. You need 2 small weights. And then we're going to also need to get on the floor at the end. So most of this will be standing, and at the very end we'll get on the floor or on the bed. And I'll show you a modified version for at least one of them that you don't have to get on the floor to do. So we're still covering strength, we're still covering balance, we're covering posture a lot, and we're covering the right ways to move to challenge our muscles and target the areas that we know are the most protective for fractures. So we'll start by coming into a seated position and doing a combination of some of the moves we've done already, but we're building on this. So we always work posture. So sitting up, perch posture, up nice and tall. Let's reach the arms forward and we're going to pull back into our W arms. Squeeze those wings. 1, reach forward and squeeze. 2, reach. 3, reach. 4, one more. 5, reach forward. Now we're going to come out into the T arms. 1, reaching into this letter T position. 2, notice your arms may want to drop below your shoulders. Don't let them. We don't want them down here. We want them up here. 3, 4, keep sitting up tall. 5, shake it out, hands on your lap, thumbs pointed up, and now we're doing the letter Y. So we're still up tall in our perch posture and reach up and wide over our shoulders. 1, lift the heart as you do this. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's kind of our beginning upper body warm up today. Let's do 5 sit to stands from here because we will be doing goblet squats. So let's just warm up our squats. 1, sit with control. 2, 3, notice we're not in a hurry. 4, and 5. Excellent. So we will be building on that and adding some weights. Now, one of the other foundational movements, so we have squatting, we have hinging, we have pushing and pulling, but the other is a lunge and a step up. So be able to work in a lunge, and for some people, they're not really comfortable doing that. They've avoided it for a long time for whatever reason. Often it's knee pain. But we can begin to work baby steps into these lunges because they're very functional. So when we talk about what's the right way to vacuum, this is just a little tidbit. We step with our vacuum instead of reaching with a vacuum. So we need to be able to lunge to reach for things in a safer way. So that's what we're doing in our circuit. We're doing a lunge with a reach, and you can modify it to your level of ability, don't worry. So this circuit, we're doing 3 rounds, a lunge with a reach. You can hang on to the counter or chair if you need to, that's fine. We're going to do some bicep curls. We're going to do a goblet squat. I'll teach you all of these. We're going to do a tricep extension, and then we're going to work some dynamic balance with walking a narrow path, just a couple of steps, not too far. So we'll work through this routine. Now listen to my instructions and we'll do this together. So the first one is the lunge with reach. So I'll show you what it looks like first. If I lunge forward on my right leg, that knee becomes bent. The back leg is relatively straight and my opposite arm is going to reach up. So we have more length on that side. So I can have my right hand on the counter or on a chair if you need it for balance, and then we'll step back. Now, what people do when they're making kind of an adjustment, an error that we don't want, is they keep their weight on their back leg and they keep the front leg straight. It's not what we want. We want to step as if we're going to take a step onto that leg, and then we push back. You can do it as small as you need to gain confidence and comfort, and then gradually make it a bigger and bigger step. This is a precursor to being able to do that eventually, okay? Eventually. So here we go. Hang on if you need to. I'm stepping with my right foot forward and my left arm is reaching. 1, and step back. 2, hang on if you need to. 3, 4. Great, we're going to do the other side so you can turn it around. Now I'm stepping with my left leg and my right arm is reaching. 1, 2. If you need to do a small step, you may. 3, 4. Adjust as you need to. As always, you know your body better than anybody else. You decide if this is safe with you. If you're not, you check with your medical team and your favorite physical therapist. You watch it first, you review it with them. Okay, now, so we did a leg exercise. Now we're going into an arm exercise, and I'm using weights. You can use 2 small soup cans if you don't have weights. You can use 2 water bottles. You can just use 2 small things that have a little bit of weight, a couple of bags of rice, whatever's easy and convenient. So I'm going to grab my dumbbells here, and we're going to come up into our tall standing posture. And I'd prefer that you did this standing than sitting, but if you need to, for whatever reason, you can do this sitting. So feet are hip width apart. My knees are unlocked. My belly button is just squeezing gently in, just kind of turning tension on here. I'm not really holding tight, but I'm just making sure that my noodle, that is my spine, is well supported by the tension in my core. I get those shoulders rotated back. Okay, hands are at my side, and as I bring the weight up, I curl the palm up, squeezing the weight to the shoulder, release it back down, and curl it back inward. Did you catch that? So palms are in, we curl up on the way up, rotating the palms up and down on the way down. So that's our bicep curl exercise that we're going to do. Remember to keep those knees unlocked, keep those shoulders open with that big open heart, and here we go for 8 repetitions. Curling up, 1, we're not moving fast. 2, 3, not rocking back and forth. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good job. Excellent. So that was working front of the arm or the bicep. So that was an arm exercise, and now I'm alternating that with a leg exercise. We're going to give the arms a little bit of a break. So this is called a goblet squat, and it's how we hold the weight. So use one of your weights or dumbbells. We're going to hold it in our hands like this. So I'm just holding the weight, and I'm going to put it on my chest. I don't want it out here because the further away it is from your body, the more stress it can be on your spine. So we always keep the weight close. Now, by having the weight here that's trying to pull me forward, I have to turn on the muscles in my back and lift my heart up. And that's what we want. We want to activate those spinal muscles to turn on, that extension of the spine when we're doing our squats or deadlift. So weight is on the chest. I'll show you from the side. Weight is on the chest. I lift the heart up, and then I'm going to keep the knees as wide as my hips and sit down on the box and come back up. Now you can do these as box squats like I'm doing, to your chair and back. You can do them as air squats, not having anything behind you. Either way is okay with me. Okay, so we're going for 8 with the weight. Again, I'm not concerned about how heavy you lift today. I want you to get more repetitions and just begin to get some load. So anywhere from 1 to 5 pounds is a good place to start. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but my right hip was clicking every single repetition. I share that only to say that noises that our body makes are really common, like really common. So I have clients, their knee clicks or their hip pops or their ankle does when we're doing exercise. And if it's not painful or bothersome for them, we just work with it. It's not something that I get excited about. When I noticed that click in my hip, it didn't hurt at all. I just was able to just continue to do the exercise with the same quality. So just a side note there. All right, going on to our tricep exercise. So you're going to use your chair again, and we're going to get in a supported position. So this is supporting our posture by having one hand extended on the box. So look what I did. I reached my hips back, and I put my fully straightened arm on the box. The leg that's closest to that arm is forward. The other arm has the weight, and that leg is back. So we're in this beginning position here. I'm not rounded. I'm having a straight spine position. Elbow comes up. Here's the tricky part. It stays up. Don't let that elbow drift down. Keep it up high. Here's what we do. You reach and you return. Reach and return. The mistake I see people make is they do this. They get the whole arm swinging. That is not it. In this position, bring the elbow up and glue it to your side. Squeeze it against your ribs like you're holding a $100 bill between your upper arm and your ribs. Leave it there. Here we go. We're going to reach back 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. We're doing the same thing on the other side. Get close to the chair or box, reach my hips back, fully straighten the arm down. This foot that's with the arm is closest to the box. The other foot is back. Elbow comes up high and stays there, and reach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Okay. Next, we're just working on narrow walking. So what I would like you to do is pick a place where you have a little safety built in. This could be a hallway or your kitchen counter area where you can put one foot in front of the other like you're walking on a narrow balance beam, an imaginary balance beam. Maybe you have a wall on either side of you so that you can do this forward and backward if you need a little support. Okay, so 4 or 5 steps forward and 4 or 5 steps backward. Okay, here we go. An imaginary balance beam, walking one foot in front of the other. And backwards. That's often the harder part. Notice I shift my weight forward, my head forward as I go backwards. That's a cheat trick for you. Okay, good. So there's round 1 of our circuit where we did the lunging with a reach, we did bicep curls, we did goblet squats, tricep presses, and our narrow walking. If you are tired and you've had enough, you can stop here. If you're ready for 1 or 2 more rounds, we're going to do it together. So here we go. You know what to expect now. Coming in for our right leg forward lunge with a left arm reach. 1, Letting that knee bend, putting your weight on that forward leg. 3, 4. Switch, left leg forward lunge, right arm reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job, you guys. Remember, we can always hang on to something when you need to do that. Okay, moving on to our bicep curls. Feet are hip width apart, knees are unlocked, tummy is turned on, shoulders are rolled open, tall posture. Let's curl the weights up, palms up towards the shoulders and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. Great. Going for our goblet squats next. So this is foundational strength training. We're not trying to get you lifting heavy to begin with. We're trying to get you comfortable with the movements, comfortable with challenging your muscles a little bit, limiting any soreness or pain that you have as a result of this, building your movement confidence, because as you get stronger, then we do increase the weight and the challenge as you're able. So that's kind of the point. We need to build this foundation for you of safety, security, and confidence and moving correctly. And then from there, we can change the intensity. Coming up to our goblet squats, holding this up just like so, bringing it close to the heart, keeping the heart lifting up, and then reaching the hips back and down for our squats. 1, 2, make sure those knees stay out over the toes. 3, 4, we don't want them going in like this, never, never. 5, 6, 7, 8, good job. So just even adding a little bit of weight to your squat can change the intensity and how much stronger you become. All right, let's go to our tricep press. So my left hand is on the box, my left foot is forward, my right leg is back and relatively straight. I'm keeping the heart up, elbow comes back and stays there. Reach the hand back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Tall. Switch sides. Right hand is on the box. Right foot is forward. Hinge at the hip. There we go. We're in position. Elbow comes up high. Lock it in there. My eyes are down. Okay, you don't need to crank on your neck here. You can tuck your eyes down and reach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, good job. On again for the narrow walking. Here we go. Starting at one end. 2, 3. This is challenging for me too. Just really to focus in on my foot placement and my balance while walking forward and backwards. This translates to a lot of real life opportunity that happens when we're out in public and having to negotiate in narrow walkways. Good. One more time back. And this is a-okay to do hanging onto a counter or chair or even using a cane if you need to, but you still want it to be challenging for you. All right, 2 rounds down, 3rd round coming up. If you're still with me, here, let's go. We're building this strength foundation for you. Get a drink if you need to, and we're coming up in the last round. Then after that, we're doing bird dogs for our posture and core strength, and we're doing a cobra or a modified Cobra exercise that's again to increase the mobility and improve our ability to be up tall and not get this hunch or improve that hunch. So that's going to be another exercise that can really change your height if you've already lost some height. Okay, grabbing the weights. I'm a little ahead of myself. Let's do our alternating lunges. So up tall here, left leg lunging, right arm reaching. 1 and back. 2, 3. Get used to putting weight on that front leg. 4. And we reach because that helps our posture too. Now we're coming to the other side. Right leg lunging, left arm reaching. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good, 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 good. All right, back up now to our bicep curls. Okay, starting in our good standing posture, roll that heart open. And we have 8 to go here. Curl them up, squeeze. 1, tummy is turned on. 2, we're bracing through our middle body. 3, we're not rocking back and forth. 4, slow and controlled. 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. Good job. Now, for your last round, if you ever wanted to, if you didn't have enough weight, you can put 2 of them together on your chest. So if you only had light weights and you wish it was a little more and you want to try that, you can hold your 2 weights together for your goblet squats. Just keep them up here on your chest so that you're getting that lift and holding yourself up tall, not caving in through the front. All right, here we go. Last 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. Tricep extension. Right foot forward, right hand on the box, left leg is back. Tuck that elbow in and reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I did an extra. Sorry, that was 9. In my head, for whatever reason, I decided to do 10 that round. All right, but we caught it. We caught it early. 1 bonus tricep extension. Okay, other side. So left foot is forward, left hand is on the box, right leg is back, right elbow is up high, and we reach the right hand back. 1, 2. I'll try to remember to stop at 8 this time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Great. Moving on to our narrow walking. Here we go. Get yourself set up in your safe place. 4 or 5 steps forward. An imaginary balance beam, heel to toe. Oh yeah, we get to go backwards. Notice I shift my head forward. There we go. We're going to 1 more lap here. Arms out will give you a little bit better balance. Arms in will be a little more challenging. You can do this shoes on and also advised to do shoes off. It changes the messages that you receive through your feet to be barefoot, helps to strengthen your feet if you can tolerate that as well. So I believe balance training should be done in the way that we need it, in the way that we use it. So people often say, oh, Lisa, shouldn't we only do balance training barefoot? I'm like, no, we should do balance training barefoot, but not only. if we wear shoes, I wear shoes 99% of the time, we need to train in shoes that we wear for different functional activities. So if I'm doing hiking activity and I have a hiking boot, I train in my hiking boot. I don't train in tennis shoes to go hiking. So if I'm doing training for a different activity, maybe tennis, I have a different shoe and I train in that way. But I also train barefoot so that we get good communication in our foot. We get good mobility and strength built in the foot as well. All right, coming down, so we're going to do a bird dog. And a bird dog is a great core and functional exercise. We can do a modified version. So I'll show you the modified version first. If you don't want to get on the floor, you can use your chair. So hinge at the waist, at the hip. So we get a hinge, so I have a straight spine, right? So we don't want to bend like this and be rounded out. So hinging at the hip, hands can be on the chair. Walk those legs back just a little bit. So a bird dog is when we extend the opposite arm and leg. So this modified version would be here using the chair. If you want to stay there and do that while the rest of us come down the mat, you may absolutely do that. I actually think that's a very effective version as well. Now for everyone else that's coming down onto the floor, we'll be in this tabletop position. And I really like this because it's a great core exercise. It's a great weight bearing through the arm and the upper body. So we need that weight bearing. We get some shoulder stabilization. We get hip stabilization. And then in the arm and leg that are lifting, we get spinal muscle strengthening. And we know that this is helpful and protective for preventing fractures. So all the spinal muscle strengthening we can add in is excellent. Your W's, T's, and Y's at the beginning of this targeted that, and so does this. So let's be sure that those hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. If your wrists don't like that, you can prop up like so. That's another position. You could also roll up a towel and place the towel under the palm of your hand so it elevates your wrists a little bit. So you do whatever feels most comfortable here. I'm pushing firmly away from the floor. My eyes are downward and my neck is long. So you're not cranking on your neck like this, please. Keep your chin tucked and your neck long. Belly button is squeezing up and in towards the spine. And then from here, I'm going to extend one arm and the opposite leg, trying to be as still as possible for a 3-second hold, and then return with control. So at the other side, extend the other arm, and then the other leg. 3, 2, 1. Return. 2 down, 8 to go. Reach. Return. Notice how much sway side to side you have. Reach. It's also possible, there's 4, 6 to go, to just do the arm reach or just do the leg reach if it's too difficult to do both at the same time. You get to make any modifications you need to help keep working towards your goals. 6 down, 4 to go. Recheck. Are we pushing firmly away from the floor? Good. Reach. Return with control. Reach. Return with control. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Good. From here, go wide with your knees, walk those hands out further, and sit back to whatever level you're able onto your heels. I want you to have a long spine as you sit back here. I'm just trying to watch the microphone. As we sit back, the long, long spine, eyes down. So you get a little mobility in the hips and knees here if you're able to do that. If you're just still up here, that's okay. Just think about reaching that tailbone back, and those arms long as you sink down. Okay, coming forward into cobra position. So here I have the elbows beside my chest, hands are beside my face, and they're tucked in close to the body. My eyes are down. So this cobra position, we have the pelvic press, so pressing the pubic bone into the mat as I simultaneously press my hands into the mat and lift my head and shoulders as if I'm peeling myself off the mat. Notice I'm not cranking on my neck. I'm not up here. I'm keeping the chin down, and I lower back down. So this is a really important one to begin to get some strength in that upper back to help you hold that upright posture. Good. And lower down. So hands and forearms press into the mat, but I'm also lifting my shoulders up off the mat actively. Both are happening, a push and a pull. Trying to lift high without, keep that chin tucked. I know you want to reach with your head, don't do it. At least you should feel a lot of activity in the muscles along the spine and shoulders. Let's go for 2 more here. Press and lift. This is a foundational posture exercise. This one could be done every day. This can be worked in to really help you improve that hump if you already have one. 1 more. And build that strength in your spine so that it's easy for you to lift your heart and hold that good, strong position. Okay. Press through your hands, come back up to your knees. If you need to, do 1 more long spine child's pose like this, reaching those hips back, arms long, keeping the spine straight. Come back up to your hands and knees. Let's work our way up. Wonderful. Good job, you guys. Great session. 3 rounds, some targeted upper and lower body strength exercise. And this video complements the next video. So this is video number 3, and it goes well with kind of nice supported exercises that are working opposite muscle groups in video 4. So it's good to alternate video 3 and video 4. If you're doing them in the same week, you could do one on Tuesday and the other one on Thursday. And then you could do video 3 again. So video 3, then video 4, then video 3. Alternate those videos as you work through your 2 to 3 times a week of your targeted strength training. So video 3 and 4 will be something that you can work on until you're ready for more advanced exercises and movements. But it'll really help you build that foundation. As you get better at these, as you're working through this video, if you feel like these weights are way too easy and way too light, it's not challenging, increase it. Add a little bit of weight. Work on that strength until you really feel like you have that good foundation for the next level. So video 4 will be coming out next week, and it has another layer where we're doing hinges, we're doing more postural strength, spinal strength, and other really great things to complete your program for you. So all 4 of these exercise videos go together. We're working posture that we know is protective. We're working strength that we know benefits you. And we're helping to improve your balance so that you can prevent fall and a fracture. Thank you for joining me. Let me know how this session felt for you. I'd love a message down below of how this felt, and we'll catch you next week.